In the Path of Plants, we learned that in nature there's so many plants that are useful and beneficial that have a counterfeit. They have a poisonous plant that mimics them. And there's a lot of things in our lives that are like that. It seems like everything that's good or virtuous has its counterfeit to it. An easy example to understand usually is how justice is a good principle, but there's a counterfeit to that, which is revenge. Right? They seem and sometimes can feel like the same thing, but they're not. And there are those kinds of counterfeits for everything that's good and right in our life, that we're going after these things. And we can be fooled if we're not watchful, if we're not careful about the things that we're taking in. With those things, I think one of the things that I would very easily put into that category is the connections that we have, the interpersonal connections that we feel. They're so important to us. That connection that we have is the fundamental and most crucial medicine that we have access to. The connection, like we've talked about before, that nothing is more important than we. But there's a counterfeit to that. The connection that we have, the false connection that we have on social media or things like that, it can lead us to feel like we're having a connection, but we're not really. It doesn't give us the same benefits. It's not the same medicine. It's not the same thing. So it can be almost like drinking salt water. You think that you're becoming hydrated, but it's actually depleting you. It's making you less likely and less able to connect in a real, authentic way. Sort of along those same lines, when we're out on the trail with these young walkers, one of the things that we'll very often see is somebody who has spent their whole life on social media with these counterfeit interactions, and they don't know how to deal, they don't know how to connect with people in real life, and even more to the point, they don't know how to deal with interpersonal conflict. They don't, in a way that's other than attacking or bullying or manipulating, because that's what they're used to doing in their online interactions, in their social media relationships, and those counterfeit interactions. And so it takes a certain amount of time for them to pick up that skill that they've been missing. So sitting around a fire, cooking your food, talking with people, just spending time, sometimes in total silence, can be a way to relearn that skill of connecting in a real way. Looking at someone eye to eye, having that interaction with them, that dialogue that goes back and forth, that happens almost accidentally. But it's a very real and deliberate intention for us, that we have those kinds of conversations when we're cooking our food, when we're on a hike, when we're, which seems like we're doing nothing. We're reprogramming ourselves to have those connections, to rebuild that skill.